So, hello friends, welcome back to UPSC underscore ethics and integrity online. Be your dream. आज की लेक्चर 34 में हम एक न्यू टॉपिक के बारे में जानेंगे विच इज वेरी ऑल्सो important in your life as well as in UPSC to tackle various type of questions. Basically, emotional intelligence क्यों UPSC ने डाला हुआ है? The reason is the new advances in study with respect to emotional intelligence. कि how emotion play a very important role with respect to taking decisions. So इस वजह से ये टॉपिक डाला हुआ है. टॉपिक को चालू करने के पहले प्लीज फॉलो अस ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक, टेलीग्राम and do not forget to subscribe our channel on YouTube and hit the bell icon for further notifications. So let's start. Emotional intelligence. So what is intelligence? Let us see what is intelligence. It basically refers to the ability of individual to deal with situations successfully. Means, see, intelligence is a whole in the sense it is द हेड एंड उसके अंदर आपका एक अलग से जिसमें आता है टेक्निकल इंटेलिजेंस और एक आता है आपका इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस. जैसे कि आप अप्लाई कर रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज के लिए, एक टॉप मोस्ट ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज के लिए, तो उसमें जो आपका इमोशंस प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू डिसीजंस. सो ऑब्वियसली आप टेक्निकली बहुत साउंड हैं तब आप ये एग्जाम दे पा रहे हैं, बट in reality, in real life, emotions play a very important role because आपके decisions technical plus emotional को साथ लेके निकलते हैं. ठीक है? So, what is intelligence? It is basically refers to the ability of individual to deal with situations successfully. Okay? ट्रेडिशनली इसे हम टेक्निकल स्किल्स के हिसाब से बात करते थे. जैसे कि इफ़ यू आर बॉर्न बिफोर 1990s और नाउ ऑल्सो, जैसे कि तब इतने कोई ऑप्शंस नहीं होते थे. नॉर्मली अ पर्सन कैन जो भी बनना चाहता था या बिफोर 1990s, पेरेंट्स हैड दैट पर्सपेक्टिव दैट दे शुड बिकम इंजीनियर्स और डॉक्टर्स और प्रोफेशनल लाइक CA CS. सो वो ज़्यादा करके मतलब बोलते ना टेक्निकल स्किल्स को ज़्यादा तवज्जो दिया जाता था कि पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब. देयर इज अ प्रोवर्ब इन लोकल इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस दैट पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब एंड खेलोगे कूदोगे लाइक दैट. सो आप सोच सकते हो कि उस टाइम जो मेंटालिटी चलती थी इट इज मोस्ट वर्ड टेक्निकल साइड रादर देन बीइंग आप क्रिएटिव भी बन के हैविंग मतलब आप ड्राइंग में अच्छे हो या आप कुछ अलग स्किल्स में अच्छे हो, नॉट बेसिकली डूइंग इंजीनियरिंग और बीइंग अ डॉक्टर, बट यू कैन बी द बेस्ट पोएट और यू कैन बी द बेस्ट राइटर. तो वो आजकल के ज़माने में उसको इंपॉर्टेंस दिया जा रहा है. दो इट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट बट आप बड़े बन जाते तब, बट एज अ करियर ऑप्शन उसको कभी देखा नहीं जाता था. ठीक है? सो ट्रेडिशनली इट वाज वेरी टेक्निकल एंड ये skills, but here one might have the skill but possibility of utilizing that skill for social situation can be a possibility or not. मतलब टेक्निकल स्किल आप सोशल स्किल में डाल सकते भी हो नहीं भी डाल सकते हो, मतलब इन द सेंस दैट टेक्निकल स्किल डजंट हेल्प यू इन द सोशल अरीना. बेसिकली इस पॉइंट का बोलने का रीजन ये है. ठीक है? सो हार्ड स्किल एंड सॉफ्ट स्किल. हार्ड स्किल ऑब्वियसली इट इज एकेडमिक, जैसे मैंने बताया है. टेक्निकल स्किल पार्ट ऑफ स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज प्रोसेस procedure and method to perform task. And obviously soft skill is ability of individual to conduct oneself in social situations. Soft skill is basically आप नहीं देख सकते उसको, आप उसको फील कर सकते हैं. जैसे इंडिया इज अ सॉफ्ट पावर, या इंडिया इज अ वेरी गुड सॉफ्ट स्किल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू IT, with respect to entertainment like Bollywood. So basically हार्ड स्किल जो आपको दिखता है उसका कुछ है, मतलब इन द सेंस यू कैन in the sense that is very technical thing, you can measure it, but soft skill is not, it is very creative thing, it is very with respect to it deals with emotions. Okay, let's see the next slide. Here hard skill define IQ and soft skill define EQ. Basically this is a very it is not like this. If you see, hard skill defines IQ is just one type, in the sense hard skill defines IQ. This is right, but it is not completely right. And soft skill define EQ. It is not completely right. Basically, there are more facets to it also. But for time being, as we don't want to diverge into this topic more into deep, we should understand the basic concept. So, hard skill defines IQ, which is intelligent quotient, and soft skill defines EQ, emotional quotient. Okay. स्किल ट्रेडिशनली टेकन फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ हाई आर्ट स्किल, जैसे हमने देखा है, बट कंटेम्प्रेरी पीरियड में, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बोला था, इट हैज चेंज and it has been seen with respect to various studies that has been conducted, and also in various books or journal. If you see, an emotionally intelligent person is approximately, I can say, 20 times more successful than a highly or an intelligent quotient person, in the sense high IQ person. Means an high EQ person has a high probability of getting succeeded in the real life rather than having high IQ. Though IQ is required, a basic IQ is required, but that's it. EQ is the new word, in the sense for success you should have high EQ. So let's understand what is emotions. See, emotions are nothing but reactions. Reaction to different different inputs from the environment, and it can be reciprocated with respect to anger, fear, happiness, love, like that. Okay. Is emotion avoidable? Is it desirable? Is it good? Or is it not good? Let us see. See, emotion is very natural. To be human, obviously you should have emotions. Without emotions, you are just a robot, nothing else. And if you take into consideration science, biological aspect of brain, we have left and right compartment. Though this is just a laymanish word, there are different ways to tell that, but the thing is, there is left and right compartment, which are both complementary to each other. If you see in this photo, you will understand this. This is the left one, the logical one, and this is the creative one, which is the right one. Okay. The left brain is considered as to be critical, rational, and logical thinking, and it is known as prefrontal cortex. Okay, so prefrontal cortex is basically the brain which just it is between your eyebrow, just above that eyebrow. It is a very specific area which triggers logic, which is if your brain if you're in the sense using your brain, in the sense while solving maths, your left brain works, and when you're talking to your loved one, your right brain works. Basic, the idea is like that. But sometimes what happens, you use your emotions so much that your left brain get blocked, and you go to sleep while studying. It is just a joke, but just I'm telling you that when you're into a very rational way of thinking, when you used to, or you're doing solving some paper, or doing some work, you are using your left brain more. I have read a book by Dr. Nick, who was a PhD and a neurologist. What he was telling, that to understand that which brain of yours is working, you should just concentrate on your breathing, in the sense when you take in breathing from your nose, if more air is going towards your left nostril, the left brain is working, and if it is going to the right nostril, then your right brain is working. So you can make that you can understand in that, this is a very laymanish thing which I have learned, which I have heard, but you can have a try to know, to understand which brain is working for you. So okay, uh, yes, and the right brain is part of your brain, is that part of your brain is responsible for impulses and emotional drives. So we have understood that left brain is very logical, and right brain is obviously very in the respect to it is very emotional, in the sense it triggers your emotional part. Okay, that's the reason people who are left-handed are somewhat emotional, more emotional than the right-handed person. Okay, so okay, whenever information comes, I'm really sorry, whenever an information moves, it moves from your emotional brain, which is the right brain, to your left brain. Okay, this is very basic thing, just understand this. Whenever information comes, it comes from the right brain and it goes out to the left brain. Okay, chalo. This is your right brain, this is your left brain. Okay, and firstly you react emotionally because this get activated, and after 3 to 6 seconds calculation happens and this comes into action, your left brain. Okay, why this is happening? The reason is evolution. See, evolution played a very important role, and if it was not happening, it would have been very difficult for us to survive. Okay, it would have been very difficult for us to survive in the harsh environment which we were living before. So our brain has developed like that. So in this context, to avoid emotions or to avoid emotional outreach, you should be calm for at least 6 seconds. It is 3 to 6 seconds, but at least 6 seconds. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that your rational brains take over. And whenever you take a decision or you speak any word, you are very rational in your thoughts. Okay? So whenever you take action, obviously pause for 3 to 6 seconds. It becomes very regulated. Your action becomes very regulated. Okay? Like this. This person is so overworked that he doesn't know what he's cutting. Okay? Without thinking, so I think his boss has told him that cut the branch of the tree, and he is cutting the branch of the tree without thinking that he, while cutting, he will also be cut into two pieces while falling off from the branch. Okay, so the moment the individual start using his right brain, this situation is known as neural sabotage. इसका दिमाग बंद हो गया है. He's captured by emotion. He doesn't know what he's doing. Obviously, he's under neural sabotage. Okay. So, how to escape the emotional attachment? Firstly, we have to understand our brain. Basic understanding. Neural pathway. This is neural pathway. These are highways of our emotions, which are connected by electric. Here, if you see, this highway connect. There are new neural cell bodies, and here electrical information goes up. Here, if you have seen in Discovery something somewhere, you will see these are synaptics. Okay, here electricity type something comes and information transfer here. Okay, it is said that the brain is not very rigid, obviously. So any action over the period of time lead to the introduction of pathway known as neural pathway. These are pathways, the neural pathways, and this is linked to behavioral template. See, why one changes over the period of time. The situation, obviously, over the time behavior changes, or a person is very aggressive during his younger age, but over the period of time what happens, he controls, he practices meditation, everything, and his brain automatically starts constructing neural pathway which give responses with respect to what he has over the period of time practice, which is calmness, non-reaction, like that. Synaptic plasticity. See, initial stage, obviously, when you do repeated stimulation, repeated thing, this connection gets more strong. Here it was light, now it is very strong. So when you do repeated thing, this thing becomes strong. That is told that to become successful, to become successful, or or a successful person who becomes successful day by day, for them it is a habit. They are not doing consciously, you're consciously, but subconscious mind, they have a habit of doing or giving that extra. Okay, so it seeks that desirable emotions can be changed by efforts and repeated action. That is, a negative emotion can be directed, controlled, regulated to convert it into positive emotions. Okay, let us understand something more. A human don't live with friends, is either beast or angel. Aristotle. Let us see what the meaning is. See, human being is a social animal, and when he behaves, he influences others. And obviously, when he behaves and influencing other, here there is a social connect, and the importance of emotional intelligence comes into play. So, if an officer or all India or any government officer, he deals with lots of person. He is the representative of government who is serving the society, and it becomes very imperative for him to understand emotional intelligence and to take decisions. Okay, so what is emotional intelligence? It is the ability of individual to recognize and explain oneself or one's emotions, as well as of others in a social situation, and this information he gathers to accomplish goals or set goals. Okay, emotional intelligence is also dealing with the use of rational mind and emotional mind. It is like this girl, this is the rational mind, and obviously you can say this is the emotional mind, a representation. So it deals with two component, it emotional two component with interpersonal skills and intrapersonal skills and interpersonal skills. Okay, what is intrapersonal skill? Obviously the management of self emotions, which have two components, being aware of himself or herself, and help that being aware also and managing also that thing, in the sense the emotions of himself. Okay, and interpersonal skill, managing others emotion, which is obviously awareness of others emotions, and relationship management, how you manage your relationship with them. So why to be emotionally intelligent? Obviously to have more control over the situation. See, you can manage data, but you can't manage human beings. Human beings are part of emotions, and if a person can manage that emotion very well, he can be the best leader, or he can be the best in any situation, because managing emotion play important role everywhere. And when a person is very emotionally intelligent, he has that control with him. Okay, that is the reason UPSC have introduced emotional intelligence in the syllabus. It obviously lessens the negative emotions, increases empathic action, increases hope, increases faith in others, increases joy in oneself and others, love one love oneself others, decreases hate, regret, fear, guilt, shame, sadness, anger, and it take actions on the root causes and not on the symptoms. Okay, and reduces number of problematic issues, so thereby increases the possibility of positive action. An emotional person, or emotional intelligent person, can convert this academic knowledge into practical wisdom, helping thyself or themselves as well as others. and creating an environment of open, friendly, and committed, beautiful relationship. Okay. So let us understand some myths about emotional intelligence. See, with respect to organization or any corporate organization or government organization, there is a myth that emotion doesn't play a very important role in organizational setup, and this is quite untrue because there is nothing as organization. It is an organization on paper, but an organization is run by people, and obviously people are part of emotions. And if you don't consider emotion very important, then the organization become heartless and it can't produce, in the sense it becomes a robotic thing, in the sense it doesn't have any aspirations, people in there have no life, and if you see, it creates negative environment around that industry or organization. Okay. And if you consider IQ as the basis for anyone's success in an organization, then it is untrue because IQ is set, but EQ is a very dynamic concept and can be learned or relearned throughout the life. So the reason is, obviously, organization, in that you have to take rational decisions, but rational decision doesn't mean you don't involve emotion. Rationality means using everyone's emotion in a balanced way so that you can achieve that goals or set goals. Okay. Then next myth is female are more emotionally intelligent than male. Is it true? Let us see. Such studies has indicated that female are emotionally intelligent on certain aspects like empathy, compassion, love for others, etc. But males are also more emotionally intelligent on other aspects such as courage, decisive action, risk taking, etc. On the whole, we cannot say that female are more emotionally intelligent, but it is the social and cultural aspect that play a very important role in this. So the myth is wrong. It is not that female are more emotionally intelligent than male. It is just the social and cultural nature which have over the period of time had made our brain like that. Okay. So what is the characteristic of emotionally intelligent person? Obviously, he has a clarity in intention, maintain a positive value, good listener, observer, is objective, consider things on merit, challenges status quo, take a very long-term view. Obviously, one has to take a long-term view of every perspective or any decision, because as a UPSC aspirant or a future All India rank, All India services officer, you have to take a long-term view because your decision can impact a generation, and also to convert negative inclination toward positive thoughts. Then what is the characteristic of emotionally unintelligent person? Obviously, he relies on chance factor or not on facts and figures and emotions around, and is very falsely ambitious. He sees through their eyes and not understand what the information is given through his eyes. Imprecise in their goal, not able to get over negative emotions easily. He has perception towards everyone and do not believe that they can change themselves or others, and they communicate only what they want to hear. Means, if you see in a very Indian lingo, it's like being the chamcha of others, or having a very sugary thing, in the sense communicate to people, in the sense just not thinking about others but only their profit. Okay. So let us understand another aspect, which is conflict and conflict management. This is with respect to organization. Conflict refers to differences of opinion and is obviously inevitable in a social and organizational life. And not every conflict requires attention, and not every conflict also can't be dealt with the same strategy. But conflicts are not bad in total and can be a harbinger of change, cause, and creativity. And in this context, we can deal with conflict by various strategies, of which five are very important, which are avoidance, accommodation, forcing, compromise, collaboration. Let us see what they are. Avoidance. It is a strategy where issues are trivial or very naive, but you should not always use it, as it can give rise to bigger conflict. Means some issues which are brainless, in the sense uh, you can ignore. You can ignore. Though this strategy can be applicable to only 1 to 2% of every conflict. Not every conflict, it is just catered to 1 to 2%, not more than that. Then there is accommodation. In this, agreement seems to be very difficult, and the person involved in this conflict is very important. Basically, it is just one word I can say, that when you are married, you have to accommodate your partner's view normally. Basically, an idea, if you are a man, obviously your wife, and if you are a woman, then obviously you have to accommodate your emotion, not your husband emotion. This is a joke, but it is like that. Okay. Forcing, or being very competitive, it is basically refers to dominating where time is less to get a solution, and the future commitment with other individual will be very minimal. Okay, the commitment in future will be very minimal and times very less, then you can force other in this conflict. Okay. Compromise, it is a strategy where none of the party completely loses or completely wins. It is between equals. This conflict between equals, and here there is a lack of time, and hence both the party compromise on something. And this is the best strategy, which is integration. It is also known as the win-win strategy or an ideal strategy. And when there is optimum time available, so both the conflicting parties should use its rational, be practical, be flexible, and understand the situation, and accordingly act so that how their collaboration can benefit, or how their collaboration can expedite their way to the goal. So thank you very much, and thank you for your patience. And if you have any doubts or any question with respect to emotional intelligence, please let us know. We will be very happy to cater to it. Thank you.